Well, I was in a store. I think it's called Fanatics or something. It's a sports store. I was buying a jersey, and the little kid ran in there and was telling us it's an active shooter in Walmart, but we didn't pay it no attention because for one, it was just little kids, and then for two, you're at the mall and at Walmart, so how do you know that? So we just didn't pay no mind. So I walked to Foot Locker, and I just heard two gunshots, and a whole bunch of people started running around screaming. So they shut the cage of in Foot Locker, and I have my license to carry, and I'm in the military, so when I hear gunshots, we're trained to, think fast and grab your weapon, think fast and save, take cover, do anything you can. So a couple guys, they just ran out of Foot Locker, and I'm thinking, I'm the only one with a weapon and, that's legally carrying. So, I go with them because, I can guard them or whatever, but I see a whole bunch of kids just running around without their parents. So I put it up, and the only thing I think of is just pick up as many kids as I can as possible, and there was another guy doing it as well. I don't know where he went to, but there was another Hispanic guy with me. He did as well. And it was just, I could say maybe a total of like 13 kids running around, but I can only get 3. And I think he got about 3 as well because I was just focused on the kids. I wasn't really worried about myself. So I was, I put my head down and just ran as fast as I could. And once I seen a whole bunch of cops, I dropped them. I told them to go. So I pulled out my phone in case they were going to shoot me. So I pulled out my phone and started recording while I was running. They were just telling me hands up, and I just, I made it out safe. But I wasn't too worried about myself. I was just trying to get those kids out of there because, I was just, it was just so many kids just running around. And I was just thinking about if I had a child and, if I wasn't around, how I would want another man to react if they see my child running around. So I just thought fast and grabbed as many kids as I could as possible and just made it up.
Specialist Oakley, how long did this incident occur from the time that these young kids came in to that store and told you that there's a shooter until now, basically? How long was the active shooting going on as far as you could tell?
Well, while I was in there buying a jersey. He came in there, and then 2 minutes probably about went by, so I could swipe my card and stuff. And I walked out, and I walked down to Foot Locker. So I'll say from me making it, from the kid telling me to me hearing gunshots, it was about maybe like a quick 5 to 7 minutes.
We have just learned a short while ago that there has been a shooting in El Paso, and at this point the area has still not been cleared. It's still considered active. We know that there's a lot of injury, a lot of suffering in El Paso right now. I'm incredibly saddened, and it is very hard to think about this. But I'll tell you, El Paso is the strongest place in the world. This community is going to come together. I'm going back there right now to be with my family and to be with my hometown. And I want to thank the El Paso Police Department and the first responders. They're there right now, and we're going back to be with them. Spoken to the mayor of El Paso, DeMargo. I've spoken to Congresswoman Escobar. I've spoken to Sheriff Wiles. They are all doing everything that they can, and we're still learning information about this situation. And so I just ask for everyone's strength for El Paso right now. Everyone's resolve to make sure that this does not continue to happen in this country. We'll be sharing more as I learn more going forward. Thank you all for being here today.
The investigation has taken a turn. Photos leaked to the Italian press show sort of a disturbing situation at the time of the interrogation. One of the young American men is shown blindfolded. The police have confirmed to CNN that they have opened up a two-pronged investigation into themselves. One of the questions they're trying to answer is who blindfolded that young suspect and why. The other part of the investigation is who leaked the photo. Meanwhile, in Rome, hundreds of people gathered to pay their last respects to this 35-year-old Carabinieri police officer during a public wake. We saw officers from various contingents of the Italian security forces. We saw people from the Catholic Church, nuns and priests, and we saw everyday citizens laying flowers, paying their respects, and praying in front of the casket of this young 35-year-old police officer who was a newlywed who had just returned to the force after his honeymoon. Meanwhile, though, in the United States, the friends and family of these suspects in this horrific crime are telling kind of a different story about the people that they knew. Let's listen to what one of the neighbors had to say.
My vision of Finn, and I don't see him doing that.
Here in Italy, though, of course, the mood is very different. The focus right now is on mourning this lost police officer. On Monday, the funeral will be held in a small town near Naples in the same church where he was married in early June.